From the city of brotherly love, that's right, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we've got an epic heavyweight tight fight that Rocky would love today inside the Wells Fargo Center. The hot Providence Flyers coming to town to take on the red-hot 12th ranked Villanova Wildcats. And the standings in the Big East, Seton Hall, top of the table with a one-game lead, but a lot can happen over the next few days. Hi everybody, I'm Gus Johnson along with the All-American Jim Jackson, and welcome to the Wells Fargo Center here in Philly. Providence has won 3 in a row. Villanova has won 5 in a row. Something's got to give today.
Something does, but you know, Villanova trying to put themselves in a position to get another outright Big East title, but Providence, 7 quad wins. You get one more today, goes a long way towards your bid to play in March.
Here are the starting lineups brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee, and partner who jumps out at you.
Well, Luane Pipkins coming off 24 points against Marquette, playing extremely well. He's going to have to go up against Colin Gillespie, who has a deep thigh bruise. Let's keep our eye on his movements and how he's effective.
In their first meeting of the season, Villanova beat Providence 64-60 at the Dunk on January 25th. Your officials, terrific group: Brian O'Connell, Lamar Simpson, Earl Walton, Robinson Earl, along with Big Nate Watson in the circle. Folks, this is going to be a Coon game. The Coons will be out today. Watch it. Here we go, and the tip controlled by PC.
Let's go, Gus. Let's go. I'm pumped.
So Providence with a terrific game against Marquette. Inside Diallo, off the glass and in, and the Friars are on the board. They beat the Golden Eagles 84-72 last Saturday at the Dunk. 6 players in double figures.
Well, this team is playing with an extreme amount of confidence and going back to who they are. Get the ball inside early. Diallo on the mismatch against Gillespie, able to take advantage.
Bay kicks it out. Here's Moore down the lane. Talented freshman. Extra pass inside, deep, loose, and a travel called on Robinson Earl. Easy Eddie. Oh boy, he brought out his best suit today. Jimmy, look at that thing right there.
He's Sunday clean right now. Woo! Sunday church clean.
That's right. And he's happy with the way his team is playing. He said they're going to have to drive the ball today. We have to drive it on them, and we have to be extremely physical. Baseline, Diallo again, bumping. And he dropped it.
Yeah, and that time the travel was caused a little bit by Sadiq Bey helping in inside.
GQJ, always Natalie attired. His team defeated St. John's in their last game at home on campus. And he has one concern, and that's this young man here. Colin Gillespie has a thigh bruise. He doesn't know how injured he is because Gillespie won't tell him.
No, he won't. I mean, he's one of those players that if he does have an injury, he's going to mask it and say he's okay because he wants to just ball out and play.
Gillespie 2 for 12 against St. John's on Wednesday, 8 points. Here's Moore, crossover down the lane, on the move, and he traveled. Everybody speeding up. They're speeding them up early here, both teams.
Yeah, well, you know what? Providence makes you do that because they're such a physical team. You're trying to get to your spot, but at times this Providence team won't allow you to do it. Let's see if Villanova can settle in a little bit, see a little 1-2-2 full court trap.
What's that designed to do?
Just to slow things up, to kind of get the offense out of their set.
Pipkins from Chicago, Illinois. Watson, guarded by Robinson Earl, takes him across the lane. Jump hook right hand, no. Loose ball ripped down by Robinson Earl, the freshman from Kansas.
And the freshman is going to have to play big one-on-one inside against a savvy veteran, Nate Watson.
And they say he could be an NBA player already. And Samuels, aggressive, and he'll draw contact and go to the line.
You know, it was interesting talking to Jay, talking to Ed Cooley, saying that this Villanova team plays more physical, kind of bullied them a little bit in Providence. You don't hear that a lot about that. Villanova kind of returning that favor of the way Providence wants to play.
So Samuels, first free throw in and out. Jermaine hit the big shot against Kansas here, when Kansas was the #1 team in the nation to win it for Villanova. And the second one goes. Here's that pressure. Pipkins. Diagonal pass. David Duke. Keep your eye on number 3, folks, for Providence. David Duke, this young man, he has an incredible upside, a tremendous athlete. Pipkins turns the corner. Almost traveled, 15-footer. Loose ball, batted around. Nate Watson with the rebound, and he's fouled underneath. Providence, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in America.
And what happens when the ball is up in the air, especially on the middle pick and roll, it's so tough for Robinson Earl to do duties, which is to stop the ball, but then get back and put a body in front of Watson. That time Watson won that battle.
Led by Diallo, Watson, and Young, the Friars lead the Big East in offensive rebounds, and they're 10th in the nation, 13.4 per game, and another foul. Samuels will pick up his first.
And Gus, that's just going back to who you are. Coach Cooley talked about we need to get back. That's why we've been successful as of late, getting back to playing that grinded out, physical, tough basketball. They weren't doing that early.
Pipkins, 15-footer, and he got it. This kid is really coming on. The game is slowing down for him. He knows where to get his guys the ball.
Yeah, well, sometimes coming as a graduate transfer, you don't click right away because of the system. But now in the last 3 to 4 games, he's really found his rhythm and now playing well with his teammates. And also the coach understanding what you do well, just a little dribble handoff, step back, right into a shot, able to knock it in. And, you know, along with those 24 points against Marquette, he had the 4 rebounds, 3 assists. More importantly, defensively affected the game with 4 steals.
Gillespie. Samuels backing up, drop step baseline, too strong. Robinson Earl going over the top, knocked out of bounds, and it will be Providence basketball.
Well, excellent defense by Reeves that time. Samuels got a little bit lower.
Gillespie doesn't look like he has the burst, and he's grabbing his right thigh.
You saw it. You picked that up right away, right?
Yeah. Let's see if Pipkins can take advantage of it. Pipkins off the dribble, the kick, Duke shows it, step back jumper, short, and Gillespie with the board. Gillespie's going to try to fight through it, folks. He's a tough young man. Robinson Earl, baseline. Gillespie with the screen, turns the corner, can't get there, leans in on the jump stop, forced it up, no, loose ball, rebounded by Providence. Here come the Friars. Duke high stepping into the front court. Diallo on the baseline, looks inside, knocked away by Moore. Duke picks it up, and now Gillespie gets a hand on it. Providence with the ball again, and a foul called on Nova.
Gus, not a pretty game early, and your main man for Villanova, Colin Gillespie, a little gimpy on that thigh. We're going to keep our eye on that. He's going to give you everything he has. May not be as healthy, but he has the heart to get things
4-1. Providence on top of Nova. Now, in this 100th season of Villanova basketball, the Wildcats have retired 4 players' jerseys. On December 22nd, it was Allen Ray and Jim Washington. February 12th, Ryan Arcidiacono, the national champion. And Wednesday night, Kyle Lowry. By the way, only one number has ever been retired at Villanova. Number 11, worn by the great Paul Arizin. One of the 50 greatest players in the history of the game of basketball, according to the NBA. Colin Gillespie trying to channel his inner Paul Arizin, but he's hurt. That right thigh is a problem, but he's going to push through. And Jay Wright told us that he's going to start Gillespie, as he has, but Gillespie won't let Coach Wright know actually how hurt he is.
But how do you pull him out? I mean, because unless he's really hurting you, you have to allow him to play. Now, 2 things he has to do: figure out angles. Because if he doesn't have that explosion burst, catch the ball on the move offensively, get by your guy, and defensively, use the angles to keep your opponent in front of you.
Reeves driving inside with the jump shot. No, ball tipped up by Watson, and it won't go down. Samuels with the rebound, so he's got Gillespie along with Cole Swider, who just checked in, Sadiq Bey, and Justin Moore. Swider. And the rebound. Look at that athleticism by David Duke. Diallo, baseline, Pipkins, quick release. And a pip-pip.
Hooray.
We go.
And you know what? And that's a three-pointer that Coach Cooley would live with, because it was in transition, off the pass, in rhythm. He doesn't want to live with the three-point shot, but that one right there was excellent in transition.
Here's the deal, Jimmy.
What?
Pipkins is from Chicago. He's got a Midwest game that they don't know about around here in this East Coast, as you and I do.
Of course.
Sadiq Bey, he's got a big-time game. Inside, bounce pass, Moore, Swider, shows it, drives, lefty, and a foul. Cole Swider going to the line. That foul called on Reeves, his first. Swider. Great jump shot as he misses the first. Tight rims today here at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, and if Cole Swider can find his touch more consistently, you're talking about opening up opportunities, because he's an outstanding three-point shooter, but he just hasn't been as consistent from behind the arc as Jay Wright wants him to be.
And he's from Rhode Island. Providence did not recruit him heavily. So he came down to Philadelphia, and Villanova misses both free throws. Seven to 1 PC. Villanova slow out of the gate. Now they get back into a zone. Pipkins. Khalif Young in the game. He's a banger. Nick White has speed. Now Young down the lane. The kick. Duke's got to hurry. Lets it go. Air ball. Providence offense out of sync there.
Well, the zone did its purpose, which was to keep the ball more perimeter-oriented for the Friars, to not allow them to have one-on-one post-up opportunities inside. So win right there for the defense for the Wildcats.
However, the Providence defense has been good. Villanova 0 for 4. Moore 0 for 5. Now they move Pipkins off the ball, and they let Duke start it. Malik White. And how big of a win would this be for Ed Cooley and the Friars on the road against 12th ranked Villanova for their NCAA tournament hopes?
Well, that'd be quad win number 8. And with the state of college basketball, gives you another notch in your belt to be included and invited in March.
Gillespie underneath, posting up Pipkins with the reverse layup.
Crafty, savvy, inside. May not be fully healthy, but that heart is.
Remember, Gillespie listed at 6'3". Pipkins listed at 5'11". Pipkins top of the arc. White's got great speed, turns the corner. 10 to shoot. Young calling for it inside. Turnaround jumper, lefty, short. Swider with the rebound. Gillespie. Now Robinson Earl 3.
Well, you know, a staple point of this Wildcat offense is to always be able to post up point guards, no matter the size, knowing you're not going to get a double team. And this is all about patience right here. Gillespie understanding the baseline is open, no help on the weak side, able to maneuver his way in for an easy 2.
And right now, Providence doing a nice job sitting on Sadiq Bey. We haven't seen him really get a lot of opportunities or touches in this first half of play.
One of the really good teams, Gus, can play defense physically without fouling. That's something we're witnessing early with this Friars team.
Like the officials, they're really letting them play today, early on. White driving off the glass, high and in. Malik White. 12 to 3. Bey, no shots so far in the first half. David Duke doing a nice job on Bay. Here's Gillespie, tried to cross over. Bay hits the deck. He's tied up. Arrow favors Nova with 6 to shoot.
Guys, if we go back to that Malik White drive, I want you to keep an eye. The switch is there in order to get Bay onto White to get inside. That's one thing that Coach Cooley wants to take advantage of. Villanova will switch across the board. Either you have an advantage in the post with a post player, or you have a guard quicker on a taller player.
The matchup of Duke and Bay, a great one, folks. 2 incredible athletes. 2 to shoot. Robinson Earl. And the rebound to Providence. Emmett Holt off the bench. Providence looks poised and disciplined. Confident. White, pick and roll. Holt almost lost it. Duke, 8 to shoot. Turns the corner on the baseline and lost it. Gillespie the other way.
Beautiful recovery that time. Cracked back by Justin Moore to get that steal.
The kick out, Moore. Hesitation to the cup. Takes the bump and makes it down +1. Justin Moore.
Hasn't been pretty, Gus. Buckets are hard to come by, but this one counts.
And our score so far, Providence off to a great start, 12-5 over 12th ranked Villanova. As we take a look at Ed Cooley's Providence Fires and their tournament resume.
Well, the 7 quad 1 wins means a lot, but it's offset by Long Beach State, Northwestern, those quad 2 losses. But with the state of college basketball, Gus, if Providence can take care of their business against Villanova, still got Xavier. The ACC is projected to only have 4 teams, SEC 14, Big Ten maybe 10 or 11. So there is room, if they take care of their business being the Friars, to be in there. Why are you laughing?
No, I'm not.
You're smiling.
I just love
Cooley.
Ed Cooley. He's my man.
Listen, we gonna talk to him before the game. It's just like you're going over your cousin. House.
Exactly. Your cousin.
You're going over your cousin.
Moore. And Emmett Holt pulls down the rebound.
I think that's what makes the Big East special. I mean, the coaches in this league are so laid back. They understand where they're at.
Villanova also 1 for 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Malik White posted up Gillespie, tried to body him. Greg Gann in the game. And that's a 3rd turnover for Providence. Sadiq Bey, no shots, first one. Loose ball and a whistling foul coming up as Samuels attacked the glass. And he'll be fouled.
Well, you know, with Providence one, you can't give up those empty possessions on the turnover because you know that eventually Villanova is going to get hot. Second, for Villanova, attack this Providence defense quickly before they get set. That way you're able to find some gaps, get into the lane, get some free looks instead of going against a more physical set defense.
Second foul on Alpha Diallo, so he may have to come out of the game at the 11-minute mark. So Samuels at the line. And 3 things you need to know about Jermaine Samuels. Let's take a look. His favorite meal, anything with bacon. Occupation, if not hoops. Game designer. First job, painting walls.
Painting walls. In that first one right there, I can't. The bacon thing, I gave that up 20 years ago.
I got nothing wrong with bacon, brother. 12-6. Diallo stays in the game with the 2 fouls. Pipkins back in. He's the leader. Pipkins 3. And Robinson Earl with the 2-handed board.
And gets his zone. You don't want to settle for that. You want to let the ball touch the baseline, middle of the court, collapse the defense and see if you can get something inside.
Bay, guarded by Malik White now. He'll want to post him up. He's got an advantage. Backs him deep in the hole. Turnaround jump shot, and it's good.
Well, how about this? Crosby Roundtree cleared that side of the court, Gus. He sprinted to the other side of the basket. That opened up that opportunity inside for Sadiq Bey to go right over the top.
Bey only a sophomore, folks. They say he could be a top 15 pick if he left this year. Backdoor White, beautifully done as Young put it on him.
Over the top, Young showing some savviness on the play. But how about Malik White, knowing that he was denied, cut back door. Great timing on those players' part.
White with 7 points already, 14-8. Bay facing 16. Counts.
Basket inside, isolation at the free throw line for Bay. Make a decision, make a play.
Back-to-back buckets for Saddiq Bey. Bey with 23 points on Wednesday against St. John's. Diallo playing with 2 fouls now. He's got to be careful. Steps into a jump shot off the heel. Samuels with the rebound. Now the second foul on Diallo has been changed. It's been given to Young. Saddiq Bey again. Pipkins. Strip. Gillespie the other way. Cosby Roundtree underneath. Power dribble and it banged it down. Kept his cool.
Well, but what a decision by Gillespie not to give it up too soon. He kind of veered out a little bit towards the Providence bench. That opened it up for Roundtree to get himself positioned underneath to receive the pass and ultimately finish.
Villanova on a 9-2 run to cut it to 2. Batted up in the air. 5 turnovers for Providence. Friars sloppy with the ball right now. Bey steps into a 3. Bey. First lead of the game. And Villanova, they finally got up.
You knew it was going to happen eventually. This team was going to find its rhythm and figure out how to navigate through this tough Friar defense. And why not just put it into your hands of Bey from 3, knocking it down all day.
Villanova started this game 1 for 7. Since then, they're 5 of 8 to take a 15-14 lead. Saddiq Bey starting to step it up.
Well, it's a reason why NBA scouts are very intrigued with this young man's potential. You can put him in multiple positions on the court, free throw line, 15-foot jump shot, long range, can step outside with the 3 ball. Also, he can get inside, so he scores at all 3 levels. And you talked about him starting off a little slow. When you're a scorer and a guy that's going to get the ball a lot and have a lot of touches, you don't have to force anything. It'll eventually come around to you.
He's had 20 points in 6 of the last 9 games. Now, you left as a junior from Ohio State, right? And you were the number 3 overall pick? 4 overall pick. What's the general rule for a kid like Saddiq Bey when they look at his draft potential?
Well, it's so different now because the young men are coming out earlier. Right now, they got him in the top 15. To me, it depends on what your overall goals. How long do you want to be in the league? What's the positioning? Could you come back and improve your draft status? So it's based on individuals.
Nate Watson, no. Moore, along with Samuels, Cosby Roundtree, Moore, rims off. Nice rebound. Robinson Earl went up high. This ball deflected into the backcourt by Providence. Swider picks it up.
Robinson Earl just doing the little things. Keeping possessions alive right there. Excellent offensive rebound.
Moore, step back, 18-footer, air ball. Good defense by Providence, and we'll head the other way. Justin Moore, 21 points against St. John's on Wednesday on 8 of 11 shooting. He hit 5 threes on 7 attempts.
Very high ceiling for this young man. Also finding his groove.
Watson tried to jam it down, and he's fouled by Robinson Earl. Nice look. So the Wildcats today, their averages and what they're doing this afternoon so far, but it's early. Robinson Earl picked up his 2nd. Nate Watson. Gillespie and Bey come in. Cosby Roundtree, Robinson Earl head out.
And let's keep our eye, Gus, now that Robinson Earl has left the game, kind of the activity of the Friars on the offensive glass. That picks up some more since Earl is out.
15 up. 7 minutes to play first half. Villanova's won 5 in a row after losing 3 straight. Here's Gillespie in the post now. He's got some energy. He's been on the bench. Kicks it out. Samuels sets his feet. David Duke with the board. He'll push it into the front court. Finding Malik White. White trying to reverse. Got stuck. Nate Watson takes it away. And a foul on the floor. Cosby Roundtree back in. Swider heads to the bench now. Foul called on Moore, his first. Reeves. Again, inside.
That's excellent defense that time by Gillespie to get underneath again.
Cosby Roundtree double teamed inside, and he just has it taken away by Nate Watson to Duke. Bay trailing him. Top of the arc. White drives to the hole off the glass and in. Malik White, feline quickness in the first half from Providence. He's got 9.
An excellent transition offense. White decided to turn down an open 3 to get a better look on the drive.
Now Providence gets back into a zone. Bay. (17-15). Friars have won 3 in a row, 5 out of the last 7. They stand at 16-12 overall. Now White the other way. Awkward fall and out of bounds.
On the previous bucket here, Malik White, jump shot no. Poor closeout that time by Cosby Roundtree. That opened up the lane for White to get a nice little layup. Again, smart decision here. Saw the defender closing out. He had it. Little finger roll off the glass.
Nova not shooting it well from the three-point line in the first half. 1 for 10. Brandon Slater is checked in. Gillespie short. And the loose ball tracked down by David Duke. Diallo on Bay. Takes it and a foul. Bay picks up his second.
You talked about Villanova's struggles, Gus, behind the three-point line. This is a very good defensive team behind the three-point line for the Friars. And in their first meeting, Villanova was only 6 for 21 from behind the arc.
So Alpha Diallo looks like he may have been poked in the eye. Alpha from Harlem, New York, said his family came down from the city today to watch this game in Philly. Let's take a look at what happened.
And I think Bay got him earlier, right at the free throw line with his left hand right in the eye. Right there, that might have been it. And it doesn't take much, Gus, as you know, you played this game with a little swipe of the eye. It doesn't take a lot to be affected.
Once again, a look at the Big East standings. Seton Hall with a 1-game lead. They will take on Marquette today. Creighton has been wonderful. Villanova and Providence right there. So Diallo will stay on the bench and get that eye worked on. Nate Watson will go to the free throw line for him. He's a 54% free throw shooter. He missed them both. Gillespie, Bay, Cosby Roundtree, Moore, Swider. Providence in a zone.
Ball, you want to attack the middle or the short corner against this zone to get it to collapse, then find your gap from there.
Bay driving, big jump stop, and a travel.
Great defense that time. We can talk about the collapsing defense as well. Jay Wright not happy.
Pipkins back in. Watch him, he's crafty. Duke looking for his offense. Now inside on Moore. 12 to shoot. Pipkins guarded by Gillespie. Swings it. Duke rips through. Drives baseline. Running jump shot in and out. Loose ball, Nate. Watson had a hand on it, but it's batted out, picked up by Gillespie. Inside, nice look. Cosby Roundtree couldn't hold on, but finds Bay. Tell you what, teams are getting good looks.
They are, but that was a missed opportunity. Roundtree has to be able to gather that ball in and go right up. Gillespie did his job, diverting the defense to his attention and making a pass inside.
Serious chess match going on between these two coaches, these two friends, Ed Cooley and GQ. Pipkins. Money.
Right on time, right?
Since this kid's emergence, this team has gotten better and better and better. He's bounced in and out of the lineup this year. 2015 BC.
What's making this zone effective is David Duke with his long arms being up top.
Moore in traffic and foul. Lawan Pipkins, the transfer from UMass, from Chicago. Has it going early. All right, according to Fox Sports bracketologist Mike Dikorsky, these are the last four in. And how about UCLA this year?
Let me tell you something, Nick Cronin has his guys finally understanding what it means to play hard each and every possession. That's why they've been able to roll off some victories and get themselves in the conversation. Cincinnati, Wichita State, USC trying to get their way in the first four out. Been a tough and up and down year for Stanford in the Pac-12. Mississippi State had some good wins, but again, these four teams kind of looking to figure out ways during the back end of the season to get themselves back in the conversation.
20-15 our score here. Herky-jerky first half for both squads.
Yeah, but if you're Ed Cooley, that's what you want. This is the kind of game, it's kind of, you know, muddled up in the middle, physical, not a lot of shots are being made, but you're sitting in a position where you're up 5 on the road against a tough Villanova team. So just where you want to be for Coach Cooley.
Justin Moore at the free throw line. Villanova 1 of 11 from the three-point line. 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Justin Moore. Tell you what, those rims are really tight. I don't think Allen Iverson would have appreciated tight rims like that. Yeah. Sixers are playing.
You know, it's interesting because in that first game at Providence and the dunk, Villanova shot 52% in the first half. Right now, the adjustments defensively have gotten into the heads of these players, even affecting this really good free throw shooting team at 77% from the line.
Here's Pipkins on the left wing. And an offensive foul coming up against Providence. I believe it's Greg Gant. And that's his first.
Yeah, and that's a 7 turnover right there by Providence. And again, on the road, one thing you don't want to do is give possessions back and have empty ones yourself. to give Villanova another opportunity to cut into this lead.
Robinson, Earl, Samuels, Gillespie, Moore, Bay on the court for Villanova. Gillespie fight through that right thigh bruise. Samuels with the step on the baseline, cut off. Nice help defense by Watson inside. Robinson, Earl, a brick. That defense is confusing.
It is.
Villanova.
It is. They're doing a great job of swarming, and then at the end, Gus, contesting the shots up top.
2:13 to go. 5-point lead for Providence. Pipkins keeps his dribble alive. Duke down the lane, got the step, goes up, strong, and count it. Plus the foul. David Duke.
On the theme early, drive the basketball, force Villanova to have to guard off the dribble. Cooley felt that that was his advantage. And right now, I love the discipline of the Friars of sticking to that game plan, Gus. It's very important that you stay disciplined. You know that Villanova will inch his way back in, but you can't help him out by straying away from your game plan.
Double D at the line. Adds a free throw. Samuels picked up the foul, his second. Now subs coming in for Providence. Khalif Young and Malik White. Watson and Gant head out. 23-15. Bay can't get by White. Really sliding with him. Now takes it deep. Kicks it out. Moore off balance. Pure. J-Mo. He has 5.
And great relocation into the sight lines that time of a driving Sadiq Bey to get himself open behind the three-point line.
23-18. Now White driving again in traffic. Deep to Pipkins again. Pipkins with 11. Villanova's lowest point total in a half this season, 22 against Ohio State. That was in Columbus, though. Early in the year, Gillespie. And Duke with another rebound. Providence feeling good now. 50 seconds to play first half. Bounce pass Young. Lefty off the glass. Nice.
You're talking about executing at a high level offensively right now. The pocket pass inside, beautiful.
Gillespie in and out. Here's Pipkins. Takes his time. And fouled by Samuels, who runs right into him. Pipkins baiting him into that foul.
I'm telling you.
Coming up with a Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report, we'll send you to Joe Davis, Steve Lavin, and Casey Jacobson in Los Angeles. Third foul on Samuels. 1-1 for Pipkins. Leadership. That's what you're seeing from this young man. It's taken some time, but Ed Cooley finally found his man.
It's a direct correlation to the success that the team has had to his improvement, not just from the scoring perspective, but how he's now able to navigate the offense to get players in the proper position. Talking about that leadership, that's where it pays huge dividends right now for the Friars.
27 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off. 30-18. Gillespie. Driving. Robinson, Earl. And they turn it over with time. Here's White, 4 to shoot. And White loses it. Moore picks it up from half court. Pipkins and White between them, 22 points. Providence closes the first half on a 16-3 run. And they'll head into the locker room with a 30-18 lead.
Little defense right here. Villanova kind of gets some momentum before the half, but just like the shooting, just not there for him, guys.
The fewest points in a half for Villanova. Jay Wright will have to figure some things out because the Friars have a 30-18 advantage heading into the break. We'll send you to Joe Davis in LA for the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report right after this. You're watching College Hoops on Fox. Welcome back to Big East Basketball, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Beautiful day in Philadelphia, and the Providence Friars have come to town, and they lead Villanova, the 12th ranked team in the nation, 30-18, heading into the second half. Gus Johnson along with Jimmy Jackson. Tell you what, Luan Pipkins has been doing a great job over the last few games, and he continued that great work in the first half today.
Well, you want to lean on guys and veterans who've kind of been in the fight before in regards to leadership. And when you're on the road, you can have a guy like Pipkins step up big time like he's been doing over the last 3 or 4 games, hitting big shot after big shot, more importantly, making this offense run to perfection.
As you take a look at the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime stats, Villanova shooting 27% from the field, out-rebounded in the next game. The Providence bench also playing better than the Villanova bench, 11-2.
Yeah, and how about the free throws? 2 for 9 for Villanova, not just shooting the ball poorly from the perimeter, from the field, but also from the free throw line. And then the frustrations offensively. Connor Gillespie coming into this game 0 for 13, not shooting it better. Only 6 shots. Justin Moore for 2 for 6. Jermaine Samuels and also Robertson Earl not really having an impact, but not getting the looks because of that zone defense employed by Coach Cooley.
So Providence has it to start the second half. It's Pipkins, Duke, Watson, Reeves, and Young. And the Friars turned it over on their first possession.
Pipkins should have took that one more dribble to the baseline. Open lane was there.
Sadiq Bey, Robinson Earl swooping in for the rebound, and he's fouled.
And there it is. So positive, out of the half, you get a steal right away. Robinson Earl affected that play, and then on the offensive glass, not giving up, getting inside of Khalif Young, getting in, maintaining another possession for the Wildcats.
Baseline Gillespie, Samuels, Moore, Robinson Earl, and Bey on the court for Villanova. Here's Sadiq Bey guarded by Pipkins. He's got a height advantage. Goes all the way inside. The kick, Samuels.
A good look that time. Excellent play by Bey, baiting the defense inside and then making the pass out. Samuels not able to connect.
Duke. Watson, nice catch in there, and he's fouled. And that's Robinson Earl, called for his third. 30-18 as Big Nate goes to the line, has started the last 10 games after coming off the bench for the first 14. First free throw good. 3 things you need to know about Nate Watson. His nickname, Nate Swatson. I like that one. His favorite actor, The Rock. His first trophy, whoa, spelling bee. That's a big one.
That one caught me right there, not to say anything else, but for his parents to put him in one, he must have been a heck of a bright student at a young age.
I still can't spell.
You know.
And I'm 52.
Hey, the word conscious gets me every time.
Oh, man, don't even bring that up.
I always spell it wrong.
Sadiq Bey over dribbling and loses it out of bounds. Jay Wright just looks at him and says, okay. 6 turnovers for Nova.
Just not comfortable. Sadiq Bey with this Providence defense.
Reeves. Watson again. Inside, working hard. Rims off. Gillespie.
Yep.
5 points for Colin Gillespie. 32-21.
Secondary break. Quick pick and roll to a shot, Gus.
Pipkins on Gillespie, drives, lost it, and he's pushed.
Well, I'm sure Coach Wright talked to his team about getting out in a secondary break and now trying to figure out gaps to get the pick and roll underneath. Pipkins chooses to go. That opens up an opportunity for Gillespie to line it up and knock it in.
Pipkins guarded by Bay. Here comes Watson to screen. And an offensive foul on Watson. Moving screen.
Yeah, and I think that time it's more so on Pipkins. At that time, he didn't allow Watson. Let's see if he allows Watson to get set before he comes off. See, right now he's going to. So that's more a little bit on the point guard. I don't know how much contact was really there to call the foul.
Third foul on Watson. Gillespie other side. And Diallo with the rebound. Diallo back in the game after getting poked in the eye in the first half. Pipkins, deep three. Tipped up and in. Khalif Young got great position. Remember, Providence is a sensational offensive rebounding team. They lead the Big East at 10th in the nation. 34-21.
That's what, back in that zone defense once again.
Samuels. Jay Wright needs something from Samuels. Inside, nice look. Robinson Earl with the baseline cut.
Well, right on time, but that time, a quick decision in the zone is what's essential. And that time, Samuels able to get to the teeth of the defense, drop it inside for Robinson Earl.
First basket of the game for Robinson Earl. Reeves. Fade away. Looks like he lost his footing. And he gets up a little limp. Gimpy. Gillespie guarded by Young on a switch. He can take him. Spins. Bay exploding to the basket. On the wheel, leads in and foul.
He talked about how adept at this offensive rebounding. The Friars are able to get that inside and then the backdoor. Quick decisions against the zone. If you have it, drive it. Somebody helps. You get something inside, you make it. And Reeves right here just lost his footing. AJ is limping right now.
So Sadiq Bey at the free throw line. Bey with 8. At a career high at 33. Hit 8 threes against Georgetown on January 1st. He can score points in bunches. Second one good. Got to set up the three-quarter court press for Villanova. Diallo. 9 to shoot. Duke mishandling, picked up by Pipkins. 4 to shoot. Pipkins with the screen, lost his footing as well. And a shot clock violation.
Excellent job scrambling around with the Villanova defense. A lot of communication. Pipkins right here recognizing the shot clock is going down, but all that activity by the defense forced that turnover.
(34-25), Justin Moore. Guarded by White. Wants to post him. Drop step. Off the glass. Got it. Here come the Wildcats. 34-27. Fans back in it now. Momentum starting to shift. Pipkins. Pull-up jumper. Bam. That's a big shot right there. 16 points for Pipkins. The lead back to 10.
Big-time shot. Slowing the momentum a little bit. Villanova.
Moore sets his feet for three. That one may have been partially blocked by David Duke. Providence the other way. Pipkins baseline. Pipkins step back straightaway three. Khalif Young with the offensive rebound, and David Duke bounce pass in the corner. Here's White. Now Diallo. Duke 15-footer.
What a box out that time by Gillespie.
And a steal by Diallo to Pipkins. Villanova fans wanted a foul. Malik White. Duke. Oh, nice look. Khalif Young from double D. And Providence takes a 39-27 lead. Young with 6.
Outstanding patience that time offensively by the Friars to get that pick and roll to work to perfection.
Bang. Leads in. Oh, tough shot goes down.
Yeah, able to weave himself inside and shoot right over the top of smaller Malik White.
Sadiq Bey with 11. I tell you what, these officials are letting, this feels like an old school Big East game.
Yep.
They are letting them play today. It's a physical. Baseline Diallo. And a whistle and foul. 13:27 to go in the second half.
Well, the ability to respond when the Wildcats goes on the run. Pipkins says no, give me that three, and then in the backside, Diallo able to pluck away the steal. Pick and roll, double D inside. Young with the finish.
And Providence leading Villanova on the road. And folks, guess what time it is? You know how you say, hey Siri? This is the time.
Hey Jimmy.
Hey Jimmy. Well, we asked Jimmy Jackson a question. You ready? You ready?
No,
okay.
but go ahead.
Anyway, roll it. Hey Jimmy time.
Hey Jimmy, who's the sleeper in the Big East tournament?
Come on, that's easy. Providence.
Ah, you know what? I like that.
I'm telling you, if they play like this, now, despite what happens in it, if they play like this, it's going to be tough to beat them on the neutral court because they got a different kind of grit. Just something different about it.
My team this year is going to be Creighton. I think Creighton.
A sleeper?
I guess they're not a sleeper, but I don't think they've won it before, so.
Right.
Even when they had Doug McDermott and Ethan Raggi. Remember when I don't know if we called the game together when Creighton came here, Wells Fargo, and shot
And
the
let it
lights
go.
out. Woo!
Let it go.
Ethan Raggi was hitting jump shots from half court.
Well, I tell you what, Coach McDermott has been able to do with that team quietly, putting the run together.
Inside. Diallo off the mark. 39-29. Sadiq Bey. Pull up three. Looks like he was fouled. Doesn't get it. Jay Wright can't believe it.
Well, let's take a look and see if he gets hit on the elbow. I know in the first half, Justin Moore at the free throw line jump shot was also asking for the same thing, but just got to keep play through it if the official doesn't call it. Beautiful back door.
And block. Inside, Robinson Earl can't hold on, but it was a great effort for Villanova as Brandon Slater got a hand on it.
Yep. That's just great weak side defense. Not being married to your guy. Actually, he had his back turned, but he was able to recognize it at the last minute.
Duke. Diallo can't finish. Ball batted around. Providence with a tremendous opportunity there.
Yeah, Young heads up, tapped it right to Diallo. Diallo quick shot it.
Baseline Gillespie. White closes on him. Cross court. Robinson Earl knocked out of his hands as Villanova turns it over. Malik White down the lane. Tried to the first, no, but a foul. And Malik White will go to the free throw line. Under 12 to go. 10-point lead for Providence. Back after this.
Inside-out combinations, Obi Toppin, Jaden Crutcher, and then Marcus Howard, senior day. 27.2. Dropping numbers, okay? I mean, in college, that is hard to get to 27 points a game, man.
That's right. Terrific player.
Yeah.
Sensational.
You know, it's funny, too, because when he came in as a freshman, he was not so much a playmaker, kind of played a little bit more conventionally from the point guard, knew he could score, but he figured out his way through the system, how he could be more effective offensively. And right now, putting in work.
So Malik White at the free throw line. Bay picked up his fourth foul. And Sadiq Bey is on the bench. Malik White has been very good today. 10 points.
Talking about Sadiq Bey being on the bench, his big minutes right now for the sophomore Brandon Slater, long, athletic. See if he can have an impact while Bey is resting on the bench with 4 fouls.
He's from Centerville, Virginia. Swider. Ball batted around, squirts out, Pipkins picks it up. White, Diallo, Pipkins. Duke, Young. There's a handoff and a knocked away Slater with the steal to the hole, and he'll jam it.
Impact, Gus. That's what you have to do. Make your minutes count. And right now, Brandon Slater, he had the block on the other end. You get the steal.
Diallo posting up the freshman Moore. 8 to shoot for White. Drives with the left hand. Duke for 3. And Swider with the rebound.
Swider with great effort there.
Baseline, Samuels. He drives, right hand, air ball.
No balance that time, Gus, when he drove.
White, 3-point shot. (41-31). Top of the arc, Moore. Long rebound, Samuels. New shot clock, Swider. They're building houses today here in Philly. Brick after brick, nobody can find the touch. Villanova 3 for 22 from the 3-point line.
You know, and Providence is not adept at shooting threes on the season. Only 32%, so they're taking care of their business with 41 points, just pounding the ball. That one didn't even hit by Diallo.
And a strip by Diallo, Robinson Earl. And he's tied up. Villanova will hold on. And the timeout called by Villanova.
Well, Brandon Slater got his long arms around the pick right there, able to get out in transition, easy 2.
9:40 to go, second half. Back to Philly right after this. I have a theory. And I'm going to start really hitting this theory hard. National TV, we get a chance to talk about it. The ball that they use in college basketball is a synthetic ball. Now, in college football, they use a leather ball. In college baseball, they use a ball made out of rawhide, just like they do in Major League Baseball. But in college basketball, they use this synthetic ball as opposed to a leather ball like in the NBA, and I really firmly think that that is affecting the shooting for these kids in college.
And I'm biased because I played with the leather ball. And I remember in the NBA when they wanted to switch over to the synthetic ball, that was
a disaster.
Now,
and they got rid of that synthetic ball in about 2 weeks in the NBA.
Well, yeah, they went back to the leather ball. It does have an effect on how it bounces, how it carries off the rim, how it feels in your hand. Like, I love the leather ball once it was used a little bit, the grip on it. You know, but these young men, they've grown up playing with these synthetic balls in high school and in college, but the real feel is nothing like it, man.
Here's Samuels, and he'll knock down a jump shot. Villanova on their way back now, 41-33. Diallo. Pipkins. 12 to shoot. Malik White inside. Watson. Nice play. Nice set.
Well, I love the set because there's almost a misdirection. You came back to the right side of the court. That allowed Nate Watson to get himself positioned deep on the post inside. Then you bring the play back to him, post him up inside, and he made him pay.
The zone has caused Nova some problems today. Weak side 4, a 3. Watson with the board. Pipkins inside. Watson right between the wickets.
Yeah, you know, he lost that one, but if we go back, look at misdirection, post up inside. He has Robinson Earl on his back, and the pass is delivered right where Watson is open, turn, finish. Great play inside.
Villanova find their way back. They have not played their best game today. Samuels the kick in the corner. Moore. Samuels with an offensive rebound out to Gillespie. He'll take a jumper. That's a 2. Colin Gillespie with 7. 43-35. Pipkins. Will be a huge road win for Providence's NCAA tournament hopes. A quad 1 win. 5 to shoot. Pipkins drives, hops, off the back rim, no, but a foul.
Pipkins trying to keep his Friars on top.
43-35, Providence leading Villanova. 7:36 to go. Let's go inside the huddle with Ed Cooley.
It's not going to be perfect. Everything's just making it tough, too. If we rebound the first miss, it's null and void. Go put your body on somebody, right? Just put your body on somebody. It's all up. Hey, it is all up. We don't need to be in a rush. 7 minutes away, stay detailed, stay focused, stay dialed in.
I told you going to your cousin's house. That's what it's like when you with Coach Cooley. I mean, because the intensity and what he's trying to say is, listen, do the little things we've done to get to the lead. We don't do anything else special. Let's pound them. Let's get inside, make them take tough 2-point shots. You can walk out of here with a dub, but I love his demeanor in the huddle, especially right now on the road when he needs his guys to really focus in.
Rafa Diallo also had that towel on his eye when he got poked in the eye in the first half. But this shouldn't be a surprise. Providence has beaten the last 4 ranked teams it's played. Number 16, Butler. Number 21, Creighton. Number 10, Seton Hall. Number 19, Marquette. Pipkins at the line. Pipkins on the day, 16 points. And he leads all scorers, make it 17. 44-35. Gillespie. Gillespie turnaround jump shot. In and out. White hits the deck. Watson hits the deck. Gillespie hits the deck. They're all on the deck. It means so much to them, folks. And a timeout called by Nova. What a scramble here.
It all
Bodies
counts,
flying.
guys. It all counts, man. Every possession counts. Who wants it the most? Get on the floor and go get it. Guys, I would like to say that it's just been a tough road getting good looks, and when you had it for Villanova, you just can't knock it in, but give a lot of credit to this Friars defense of making the Wildcat offense and shooters uncomfortable early on, never allowing them to even feel a touch of what it may feel like to get some rhythm offensively.
Villanova 3 for 24 from the three-point line. They had a tough three-point shooting day against Kansas on this floor, but won the game. Hitting shots when they needed them most, especially Samuels with the game-winning three. He has it right now. Moore. Baseline. Robinson Earl. And a reach-in foul coming up on Saddiq Bey. On White on Saddiq Bey.
And he was right in position. It was the last reach down that caused the foul. Reset, take it on the side, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
First foul on White. Bey pushes off, and that's an offensive foul.
Great call.
And that's his fifth, I believe. And he is out of here.
Well, you called it, Gus, an offensive foul, but watch the defensive footwork by Pipkin right here to get in position. And then just the little elbow inside to push off. If he doesn't push it, he's fine, even with the contact with the shoulder. But the extension of that elbow.
That chicken wing.
That chicken wing, baby. Sometimes the chicken wing ain't good for you, man.
Not today for Bey.
No.
So that's a huge loss with 6:51 to go in the second half. Saddiq Bey is fouled out, and he leaves with 11 points.
You know, the beauty about that play, Gus, it was against his zone defense, but once he got it in the middle, it was basically one-on-one against Pipkins. But again, the savvy veteran understood where he was at on the court, and Slater back in the game.
Pipkins always directing traffic. He knows how to put his guys in the right spots. Inside, David Duke. Off the glass, no. Had more space if he would have gone across the lane.
Yeah.
Villanova the other way. Robinson Earl, blocking foul.
Advance the ball quickly. Once the guys didn't do their job and go to work, and that time Nate Watson just a little late to the party to try to pick up that charge.
Let's take a look at the foul trouble. Nate Watson was with three. Saddiq Bey is already fouled out. Samuels, Robinson Earl with three. Gant picked up his second. Now they switch it. Watson called for the foul, his fourth, not Gant. Gillespie. He pushes off. No call this time. Moore, 9 to shoot. Up top, Samuels. Fouled behind the three-point line, I believe. And he will shoot three.
So tempting, Gus, to want to over-contest, and this time White in his mind, knowing that he's in position once he contests the shot, but right at the end, Samuels elevates. Malik White right there with his left hand right underneath the elbow. Samuels.
Villanova has struggled from the free throw line today. They are 4 for 12. That is unbelievable. They're a 78% free throw shooting team.
Yes, you played the game and been around it. When you're not shooting well, you've been frustrated all afternoon, even some of the best attributes you have sometimes go to the wayside, and that's what's happening from the free throw line for Villanova.
So Samuels 2 of 3 from the line. He has 6 points, 44 to 37. Providence is led by as many as 14 in this game. The score at one time was 30-18. Diallo. Tough shot, no. Tipped around. Robinson Earl gets it to Gillespie. He puts pressure on the defense. Block, but foul.
There's no stopping this young man. He's going to continue to push the needle, force you to have to guard him, and that time Providence got back in transition.
Tell you what, this kid is a tough kid. I mean a tough kid. His dad's a police officer, Philadelphia Police Department, rides him hard every day. Colin Gillespie, what they'll say to you quietly is, here's the kind of kid that'll fight you in an alley with a knife. Pick up a piece of glass and stack it twice. Love watching him play. And he's playing hurt today. Look at this, 44-39. Villanova, and a foul on the sideline. Villanova trying to get back into this game. Both teams now in the bonus.
Well, here comes into play too Providence, a 69% free throw shooting team down the stretch of the game, doing the little things on the road, valuing possessions.
Pipkins, a 91% free throw shooter.
There you go.
$18 points for Pip. Make it 19. He's been putting this Providence team on his back. 46-39. 5:26 to go. You know Villanova has a major run left in him. Who starts it? Guess who?
There you go.
G-Money.
You on top of it right now, Gus.
But can Providence be cool? Here's the man that'll keep him calm, Pipkins. Diallo, here comes a crowd. They're on their feet now. Pipkins, off the back rim, loose. White saves it. What a scramble, arrow favoring Villanova.
I guess you just got to figure out a way to get things done, and just the hustle play by Gillespie there forces Malik White to throw it back in. The first to the deck again. And then you talked about not just giving up the toughness, the relentless feel for the game and knowing that he can make an impact.
And a timeout call by Providence. Ed Cooley saw something he didn't like. 4:44 to go, folks. Here we go. Big East basketball. 46-40. All right, the standings in the Big East. Seton Hall with a one-game lead. They'll play Marquette on the road next. Creighton, Villanova, Providence. A lot can happen between now and the end of the season. 3 games left for most teams. As you take a look at the game reset.
7 fouls for each, 2 timeouts. A possession arrow now goes to Providence. They got foul trouble here, which is Nate Watson with 4. You want that big body, so he has to play smart down the stretch, and only 3 for a couple players for Villanova. You go back to those standings. Keep in mind, who would have said at the end of the year, Creighton, Seton Hall, maybe for the Big East regular season championship, which gives this Villanova team, if they can somehow figure out a way to win, one of those teams got to take a loss. So, not in the air still, Gus.
So here we go. 4:37 to go. Remember, Creighton beat Seton Hall earlier this year, and the Wildcats turned over.
Yep, but the play that was probably drawn up in the huddles versus man-to-man, Ed Cooley came out in the 2-3 zone. Colin Gillespie, a rare mistake of getting too deep within the zone, which forced that turnover.
Now Pipkins. will serve as the inbounder. Diallo still having problems with that eye. White, Pipkins, Young, Watson, Duke. Here's White, hangs in the air, can't lay it in. Pipkins with the rebound.
The offensive rebound, Gus.
Pipkins, 10 to shoot. Crosses over, steps back, leans in. And Gillespie with the rebound.
Tough shot that time by Pipkins, a little impatient.
Moore, basket here will make it interesting. The kick, Robinson, Earl, bam! Here we go, 2-point game. Can Providence hold on? Duke. Malik White. Pipkins with 8 to shoot. Guarded by Slater. And he answers. Pipkins has been brilliant. 21 points for Pip. 3:10 to go. 48-44. And the ball kicked out of bounds. Villanova turns it over again. First, it was Robinson Earl for Moore. But the senior, Lawan Pipkins, says, I can do that too. 48-44. All right, thank you very much, JD. As you take a look at the Big East standings, Seton Hall with the 1-game lead, as Joe said. Seton Hall, Marquette in Milwaukee after this one. Creighton, maybe the best team in the conference right now. And then you have Villanova, Providence.
This is how it's supposed to be, Gus. I mean, down the stretch, who's going to win? Who's going to finish strong?
Time now for SoFi Money Moves. Get your money right, all in one app.
Well, Gus, this is the best example, better late than never. Wayne Pipkins had his struggles during the course of the year, started on the bench. Now he's back in the lineup in the last 3 games, averaging 17 points. With his backcourt mate, Malik White, they're doing their job from the backcourt perspective of keeping the Friars 4 points ahead on the road against Nova.
And Lawan Pipkins, he started the last 3 games, averaging 17.7 points per game after coming off the bench in 3 straight. He started the first 18, then moved to the bench.
That backcourt with White and Pipkins right now, 32 points between the 2 of them.
Sadiq Bey fouled out. Best player on the floor for both teams. Pipkins wants it, he has it, Gillespie guarding. Diallo will bring it up the floor with him. Pipkins, back to Diallo, inside, Watson, good catch, offensive foul. And that's his 5th.
I tell you what, Gus, Diallo with the pump fake got Watson the ball inside, but look at the recovery. Robinson Earl, a little acting right there inside. Was it contact? Yes.
Actually, it was Samuels.
Oh, Samuels. Yes, it was Samuels inside. Savvy play.
Samuel slides in, takes the charge. Nate Watson fouled out. 48-44. Remember, Providence led this game by as many as 14.
And sometimes when you talk about game-winning plays, we always think about it from an offensive perspective, but from a defensive end, that was almost a give-me layup inside for Watson, but now Samuels was able to slide over and take that away.
2:51 to go. Justin Moore, the inbounder with Gillespie. Token pressure by Providence. They back out of it quickly. Gillespie guarded by Pipkins. Gillespie's been playing with the thigh bruise the entire game. He's got the heart of a lion. Now Gillespie posting up Pipkins. Across the lane, rims off. Ayala with the rebound.
He wanted that shot too. He had him right in the position, Pipkins, to to go right over the top. That time just left it a little short, Gus.
David Duke. Pipkins creates space. Young is a good passer for a big man. White. And foul.
Right at the end, freshman mistake reaches in. Shot clock going down, but excellent patience on the offensive end by Providence. Not forcing up a shot, staying patient with the shot clock going down.
Malik White, a 71% free throw shooter. He's 2 for 2 today. And he missed them both. Nova with 1 timeout remaining. As they rise to their feet at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Connor Gillespie to the basket. Oh! Robinson Earl with the tip jam. And we've got a 2-point game. Pipkins. Timeout PC.
You know cats don't die, Gus. You got to put them in their misery. And right now, the Wildcats fighting back. Gillespie miss. Robinson Earl finish. The Wildcats not going to let this down. Only down 2.
48-46. What a game this has turned out to be. With 1:50 to go, as you take a look at the game reset, each team with 18 fouls and a timeout remaining, the arrow favoring Providence. What's happened, Jimmy? How has Villanova gotten back into this game after being down by 14?
Well, Providence gave a couple free throws and also got stagnant on offense a little bit. Villanova just able to make some plays. Now think about it down the stretch. Villanova, you want to play solid defense. You don't want to foul. If you're Providence, continue to run your offense. The middle pick and roll has been a success for you. You don't have Watson inside the post up, but the movement is what got you to drive the basketball and attack this Nova defense.
So here we go, 1:46 to go. Each team with the timeout left. Providence up 48-46. Pipkins has been the man for them when they've needed a bucket. David Duke, top of the arc. Here's Pip, guarded by Gillespie. Steps back, spins, fires! Woo! Pipkins! .119 to go. Pipkins with 23. Gillespie, can he answer? Baseline! And Samuel's foul. But watch this move, Jimmy Jackson.
When you said you want to do something, you can do this right here. Listen, patience, not panicking when the shot clock is going down, multiple moves, but the Providence Friars allowed the offense to get them in a position where Pipkins would get the ball, go one-on-one, and make a play.
1:13 to go. An eternity left in this game. Some people feel that Ed Cooley is a genius, especially with his offensive sets. You know Jay Wright's a genius. He's got 2 national championships in his pocket. It's amazing to watch the chess match go on between these 2 classic Big East coaches.
And where Providence is at now, we were sitting talking to Ed. We said, when did you see a change? When you started to get on the street, he said it was on me. When I said, going back to who we are offensively, we're going to grind it, we're going to post you, we're going to drive you. At that point, that was the game versus Villanova at the Dunk. That's what changed it for him, and he got back to being Ed Cooley, and now as a result, you're on the road, up 4, with an opportunity to walk out of here with another dub.
But he found a leader, a young man from Chicago, Illinois, by the name of Lawan Pipkins. And Pipkins' 2 best games of the season have come in the last 2 games, 24 and 23. But right now, Samuel is at the line. He's 4 for 7 And right now they're taking a look at the clock.
Yeah. And Gus, you know how hard that conversation had to be with Cooley and Pipkins in regards to reducing his role as a grad transfer to come in. You know, but he had to have an honest conversation. He said, this is what's best for the team, and it's paid off right now with him back in the lineup.
UMass transfer. Averaged 16 last season with UMass. Now Samuels, big free throws. He's a 74% free throw shooter. Jermaine Samuels. And he misses the second. Diallo with the board. 50-47, one possession game. As of right now, Pipkins guarded by Gillespie. He's been tricking him all day. Pipkins wants to keep it in his hands as Young comes in. They'll give it back to the senior. Pipkins double teamed on the baseline and fouled. Oh, that was a flop. Looked like a flop to me, but they're going to let him get away with it.
Well, watch Robinson Earl at the last minute come over on the double team right here. As Pipkins comes back, that is a flop. I don't think that's now. That's a smart play. That's a very smart play, but it's no foul to me right there in that situation. But it's a smart play.
Well, now you send a 91% free throw shooter to shoot 1 and 1. He's 5 of 6 today. (51-47), 48.6 to go. And he gets them both. Pipkins with a season-high 25. Full court pressure. Gillespie as Duke picks him up. Gillespie on the baseline. Gillespie up top. Samuels 3. And David Duke keeps it alive. Picked up. Swider 3. And Khalif Young inside with the rebound. And he'll hand it to Malik White. 28.2 to go. Providence going to the line up 52-47. In the remaining schedule for the Friars, Xavier and DePaul. Both games at home. Malik White. (53-47).
That's what a smart play by Khalif Young on that rebound to give it up to a better free throw shooter.
And he gets them both. 54-47, 28.2 to go. Colin Gillespie has to hurry. Robinson Earl, step back 3, and around it home. 4-point game.
Well, Robinson Earl off the pick and pop. Didn't like the first try, pump fake, get back behind the three-point line now. It allows you to set your defense after the timeout. See if when the ball comes in, if you're Villanova, we'll see if you can get a quick steal. Not you got a foul.
And the remaining schedule for Villanova, Seton Hall on Wednesday and Georgetown, both on the road. Villanova has used their final timeout. As you take a look at the game reset, Providence still has one timeout left.
And as a possession arrow, and if you're Ed Cooley, you're talking to your young men about, one, you can run the baseline, so don't get stagnant and stuck to one spot. Second, do not bury yourself in the deep corner or close to the sideline to receive a pass, because now it's an easier trap situation, which can lead to a turnover.
This young man here, LeJuan Pipkins. Sometimes it's not who can jump the highest, who can run the fastest, who can just play.
That's right. And what's in between your ears, you know, and not panicking in the moment when it gets too big a lot of times. Now, this was a challenge for him going up against Colin Gillespie, of course. You know he wanted to play well on this stage, but he played under control.
And here's the thing. He had a chance to go to Illinois if Illinois couldn't get Jalen Brunson. And he said, you know what, I'm not sitting behind anybody. I'm going to go to UMass instead. Diallo running the baseline, Pipkins, and he's fouled in the backcourt. So playing against Villanova for LeJuan Pipkins means something. Jalen Brunson was the player of the year for this team, national champion. LeJuan 7 of 8 at the line today, 17.7 to go.
Smooth, man. Stroke. Right, just get to the free throw line. No extra dribbles. One, I'm in my comfort zone. The routine is there to step up and make it.
Second free throw good as well. He's got 27. More the inbounder. Here's Gillespie. They're making him work hard. They're making him work hard to get it over half court. Baseline Swider. In and out. Ball tipped up and in. Gillespie with 8.4 to go. 56-52. No timeouts. White. And he's fouled. With 7.4 remaining. That's the 5th foul on Robinson Earl. What a game this young man has had. Robinson Earl leaves with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Don't forget, folks, get your popcorn ready. Seton Hall, Marquette. What Trenton makes, the world takes. Against Marcus Howard on his senior day at Marquette. Miles Powell for Seton Hall. Malik White, 7.4 remaining. 4 of 6 at the line today. White and Pipkins have carried this team. White with 14, Pipkins with 27. And the second free throw good. 7.4 remaining. This is a big one for Ed Cooley. Gillespie up the sideline. Baseline, Slater, air ball, Swider with the rebound, and that'll do it. The basket counts. Ed Cooley beats Jay Wright. 58-54 the final. Providence has beaten 5 ranked teams in a row. LeJuan Pipkins, the Chicago native. His only year at Providence, what a game, 27 points. The final score, 58-54 Providence. For Jim Jackson, this is Gus Johnson. We'll send you to Joe Davis in LA right after this. You're watching College Hoops on Fox.